and welcome to Sportswomen Connect. My name is Regina, your host. Thank you for joining us as we continue our series of Sportswomen Connect. Sportswomen Connect is a platform for girls, women, and sports well-wishers to connect and share their ideas, experiences, and aspirations for women in sport. And today, I am joined by a passionate rugby coach. She has dedicated her time in grooming boys, girls, men, and women in tag rugby. She is the mother to our young sports leader, Lucky Nirere, who was here in the studio sometime. And she'll be talking about grassroots sports development, specifically tag rugby in Uganda. Fortunate, you're most welcome to the show.
Thank you, Regina. I'm so proud to be here today. I greet everyone who is watching us.
Yeah.
My name is Fortunate Irankunda. You can call me Fort. That's my coaching name.
Forty.
Coach Fort. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just so excited.
Please tell us a bit more about yourself in greater detail.
Yes, myself. I'm big, you cannot see.
Come on.
But I'm a lady with passion. My sports life, I can take it way back when I was 12. When I was 12, I was in high school, in senior 2, you can call it Form 2. 12?
At 12 years?
Yes, at 12 I was in Form 2.
Okay.
And I was a 100-meter runner. When I say that, people look at me like, yes, I was running 100 meters, and actually I was the best in Kigezi by that time. And I kept on wanting to be a sports lady. I would play football in my village. I would play volleyball, I would play netball, I would run. I was actually an all-round sports lady.
Okay.
Sports
girl.
By then, I was an all-round sports girl, and I did not stop there. I've gone on bicycle races in my village still.
So you were involved in village?
Yes, 13 years. I went for that bicycle race. It was fun along those hills of Kabale, if you have ever been in Kabale anyway.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I kept on developing the love for sports. The only disadvantage I had was it was village sports. You know, when
I think that's a good thing. Because at least you have a variety of sports to take part in.
Yeah, it's a variety, but you know, this saying of now that we are now going to speak about. You're in the village, you can't have an opportunity of stepping in the city, but now I'm in the city. Maybe opportunities were that time. But as I kept on living my humble life that I grew with my lovely mother, who kept on telling me, yeah, if you love sports, go for it. I happened to step in the city, which was a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
I wouldn't go straight to rugby because, you know, high school things, there's netball, there's football,
there's a lot
volleyball,
of sports,
there's running.
You have a big variety of
of so
choices.
What helped me is I never looked down onto myself. I kept on exploring, looking at what can I do to be like you know, those days, my players were Seaman. This boxer is called who?
Juko.
He was international. Then my actors were Schwarzenegger. So actually Tyson was my person I was looking at. I don't know whether I wanted to do
Mike
boxing.
Tyson.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I kept on saying I would really want to be on that TV one day. That's what was inside me. That was really inspiring.
Your dream. That was your
dream.
dream.
That time, my dream was to be on TV.
Okay.
Any wish for a village girl.
Yes, of course.
Yes, I kept on moving. My high school was really cool because I did all the sports at class level, house level. It was nice because I was shining. I was an all-around girl, so I would do everything. Then it happened after senior 6, you're thinking of university, you are from this humble background, they can't support you in university, it is very expensive. Then I was already in the city, then I decided I'm not going anywhere. I need to first look for at least a sport that I can do even if it's for 1 month. Maybe I can appear on TV.
Yes, your dream was to be on TV.
To be on TV, it was my dream.
Nice dream.
Then automatically what man plans, God plans.
Fulfills.
Exactly.
What
God
man plans, God fulfills. Yes.
Then here I hear of a word, rugby, for sure. if I can't lie, probably I read it as rugby.
Rugby. Wow.
So I met, actually he was a neighbor, every time carrying his bags, and I'm like, hey, where are you going? He said, yeah, are you a sportsman? So he's like, yeah, I'm a sportsman. What game do you play? He told me he plays rugby. I'm like, rugby? How do they spell the word?
Rugby.
Rugby or something like that. So I was blessed. I was taken to Chadondo Rugby Club by then. Ladies had started, I think, maybe a year before or just a month. I was introduced to ladies rugby. What inspired me, I can't explain it now because I felt I'm now there.
You had found your sport.
I didn't know about it, but the fact that it had in fall, fight, I was inspired because I say, I think I can do that. Fall, fight, run.
No, but rugby is not about fighting.
That time, that's what I was looking at.
In your head, it was like, yes.
Yeah, it's falling and fighting, and I'm energetic, so I have to fall, fight.
I have to fight.
Exactly. Then I had the training. It was so lovely. I was still fresh from high school. I still had my speed.
And energy.
I still had my energy.
But you still have your energy.
I did not look back. 1 week, I was selected for national team.
After 1 week?
Just 1 week. I remember it was just 1 week. It was like a blessing. I reached when they were planning for the Kigali trip. So I'm like, oh, so what was it? Hold the ball, run straight.
If your coach just told you run straight.
Run straight.
Whatever you see ahead of you.
Whatever you see ahead of you.
It doesn't matter.
Once someone is on the ground, part of the grass.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I love this.
Wow, that's nice.
And then off we go. I appeared on WBS. By then, WBS was shining that time. Currently, we are seeing NTV, we are seeing Kwese, we are seeing lots of TVs.
Yeah.
So, actually, I didn't see myself. But friends told me, we saw you
on TV.
On TV.
Your dream had come to pass.
I said, thank God, I'm on TV. Now, even if I go back to my village.
Like, seriously?
Yes. I was happy.
You're fulfilled.
Yes. I had to call my mom. I was even in a new vision. My mom had to buy visions and say, yes, my child, you're on TV.
I saw you.
People told me you're on TV.
That's a good feeling.
Trust me, it was a good feeling that I can't express. It is really, up to now, it's what drove me. And once I put on a national jersey, I was envying to be Tyson that time. Now I'm putting on a Ugandan jersey. Then I'm like, wow, what else? What else would I want? I'm now a Ugandan player.
I have arrived.
Even if tomorrow I don't appear, but I have arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kept on growing, meaning I wouldn't go back to my village because I have found, let me call it refuge.
A family.
Where to be, and you're not thinking of anything.
Okay.
So my work was to work hard and keep it on.
Be committed.
Be committed. Be a national player. I believe I've been a national player for a good time. And I'm still a national player.
Okay.
Where I pass. You may not need to know it because I will give you reasons why. Because I'm a woman, and today I want to talk about how women are looked at. No one knows that I'm a national player, apart from now, you who is hearing. Yeah, but I've played.
You're a national team player for the Ladycranes.
Yes, I'm a national team player for the Ladycranes. I'm proud to be that. And I have seen a lot in it. Through that, the passion kept growing. Then I went back to where I started my sport of football, of these local BIE
in the village.
Then I told myself that those children there are not getting the opportunity that I have now. What should I do? Then the passion started growing. I started loving to develop other people.
Okay.
I started loving to share that rugby that I knew when I was a big girl. I wanted to share it with those who have never heard of it. Then I think I can say officially in 2009. So if I started rugby in 2003, in 2009, I had already developed the love of coaching. Only what I learned on field, I would take it out wherever I go. Tell them about rugby. You hold the ball in two hands. Actually, you can tuck it in your hand, run straight. Anything in front of you, none of your business.
Just okay.
And I did it for some time until I landed on, let me call it, a solution to the biggest problem.
Okay.
Because automatically when you're teaching run straight and knock everything, there's something that you're worried of.
Okay.
These children are not your children, and even if they were your children, they can get an injury. So what next? But when time went on, in 2012, I was officially introduced to a game they call Tag Rugby.
Okay. So what is Tag Rugby?
Wait, I'm not telling you Tag Rugby now.
Okay.
Because you haven't known who I am.
Okay.
So before I go in all that, I was blessed. I'm a mother of one. Lucky Merani Nirere.
Who was
when I'm
on
completing it is Imana Nirere. It means God is in control.
Okay.
She's a blessed child to my life. She makes me work hard to fulfill all the dreams now we have together. I had it one, now we have two. When I don't know when the third person will be there, maybe you can think three. But with time,
yes,
we are looking forward to doing it. So when I brought this child into the world, it was also a blessing.
Okay.
I remember she has played rugby when she's probably still inside the womb, because once you play rugby when you're pregnant, whatever you're carrying is playing rugby.
He's playing rugby.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
okay, that's
I was happy to have her. She has also built on what I have what I'm doing.
Yes.
She's like, let me say she's in the pipeline. She either head leading and I'm following, or I'm leading.
You're learning
she's
from
following.
each other.
Exactly, we are sharing.
And you're inspiring each other.
Yes, so I came to learn about Tag Rugby then. I bring back myself. Tag Rugby is just a simple game. That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
Played by both men and women. No age limit.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
Okay.
So I took my time to study it, because I went for that course, Tag Rugby Level 1. I looked at the way they do it, and I thought this is the solution to my rugby that I really want to teach the world. I did not sleep. The time I got that Level 1 certificate, I've never sat down.
You got on your feet.
Every time my bag had a rugby ball, tags in the bag. Where I go, I don't mind. Are they 5-year-olds? Are they 10? Are they 100? So long as they can listen to what I say, and they are telling me, let us try.
As long as they're willing to try.
Exactly.
Okay.
So as the passion kept growing, rugby became rugby. Because Tag Rugby is
became your
building
life.
futures through rugby. So this time when I got this solution, I said, I think
And it's not
if there would be a blood transfusion, I must have transfused Tag Rugby in the veins. So now I speak Tag Rugby because I have my dream behind producing national,
building futures
international
through rugby.
players, whether young, old, because Tag Rugby is played in the World Cup, old people play. Tag Rugby is played nationally, young people play.
Okay.
Rugby is played, so meaning we are building futures through rugby.
So what is the current level of Tag Rugby development in Uganda?
Tag Rugby development, I met it in 2012, but it was there before.
Okay.
Since 2002, Tag Rugby exists in this country.
Yes.
Evidence shows itself. We have national players who are graduates of Tag Rugby.
Yes.
The current Sevens national team, half of the team, they are Tag Rugby graduates. I think you have seen them. Then
and they're exceptional.
Yes, they're really good. So Tag Rugby is actually
the foundation.
A foundation of rugby. For sure, if you went straight to rugby like I did in the beginning, you must have missed something.
Yeah.
Because when you do Tag Rugby, it's actually rugby in a simple version.
Yeah.
But you get all the basics.
Okay.
Because Tag Rugby Level 1 is strictly introducing you to the basics of Tag Rugby, how fun it is, how you learn how to hold that ball, how you learn how to hold those tags I'm talking of in ahead there. I will explain to you how they are used. So by the time you go to Level 2, you're now introducing actually the moves. How do I step in? How do I step out? How do I squeeze the winger? Like they always say in national team, squeeze the winger.
Yes, get him out.
Get him out, create space.
Yes.
When you reach to Level 3, you're already in rugby.
Contact rugby.
You're now transferring the basics of tag rugby through level 2, where you're introducing the moves. Then you can advance your level 2 and learn the positions, because no one is chasing you. It's so free. You're not worried of injuries.
Yes.
By the time you reach tag rugby level 3, trust me, you can goose step. You can look and see, wow, someone is in the gap.
Yes.
You send it there.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
You make it so simple.
you make it so simple. So that's why actually it is evidenced that the children or the players, the national players who are on sevens now, they're outstanding.
The current sevens players.
The current sevens players are outstanding. Once you feel that is so different from when I'm green, I want contact. Once you start from
tag rugby is non-contact.
Is non-contact.
Okay.
When you start from down, you're not scared. You're not nervous, because people say rugby, like I had it, fighting, falling down. But now
it's not the case.
It's not the case. Once you do tag rugby, your love for rugby is grown naturally.
Okay, because there's no physical contact with an opponent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by the time you got the physical contact, you're taking yourself, because you already have what it takes.
You've decided you want to stay in the game.
Yes.
Okay.
It's try and stay. You feel like I cannot remain with all the skill. I need to advance.
Okay.
But not only advancing into rugby, there is also Tag Rugby League. You don't need to only look at being a national player of rugby. There is also being a national player of tag rugby. And international. Tag rugby is played in the World Cup. Tag Rugby
do we have
League.
a league? Do we have a league in Uganda?
In Uganda.
The Tag Rugby League in Uganda.
Tag Rugby, we are developing leagues in Uganda now. So the Tag Rugby League is actually at international level. It's at world level.
Okay.
So meaning people out there, do not think that I will play tag rugby and that's all. No. Have a goal.
Advance. You can advance to play at the international stage.
Exactly. At the international stage, and you have the fun. And at the end of the day, what is good there, it's still mixed. When you go for Tag Rugby League, international, world level, boys and girls.
It's boys and girls.
Boys and
women
girls.
and men.
Women and men.
Ah, okay.
So at the end of the day, I would say that tag rugby really builds futures. There is evidence.
Okay. So what needs to be done to grow the game of rugby at the grassroots level in Uganda?
What needs to be done to grow the grassroots rugby? One, creating a very lovely environment, motivation, exposure, and above all, equipping the skills to everyone who loves it. To everyone, not even those who love it, because tag rugby has got several skills, syllabuses, packages, packages for everyone.
Yeah.
So meaning, we are building futures, not looking at tag rugby only, but tag rugby is a steering wheel.
Okay.
So then we can look at tournament organizing, we can look at officiating, we can look at coaching, we can look at educating, life skills. We can look at businesses, small businesses, microfinance entrepreneurs. We can actually do everything through Tag Rugby, because
it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle, and the programs we are on now, we are really building futures. Because after sports, where do you go? Nowhere.
You can go somewhere.
After sports,
when
if the curtain has closed, so where? That is what now Tag Rugby is doing.
Looking at.
If I'm now running and I feel I can't run anymore.
Where do I go?
Exactly.
Into officiation.
Go to officiating. Go into administration. Go to management. Go to business. Because you need to keep moving. You need to keep supporting yourself. You need to be sustainable.
Yeah. Okay. And how can other girls join rugby coaching in Uganda?
How can other girls...
Or not just Uganda, maybe even in the world.
In the world. How can girls join in? One, first build yourself. Self-confidence. Self-confidence, we have a medicine for it in our Tag Rugby. There's what we call Tag Rugby reading. Tag Rugby reading actually is a game that we have developed to build the confidence of our Ugandan players. Let me say Ugandan players, because when you look at the education level, only those with opportunities go for education. Meaning those who have, they go for education. But now Tag Rugby people, we are saying no. We need to look for any other part of education that is actually so sweet that can even bring these ones who have given up.
Yeah.
And we have developed what we call tag reading. So what is tag reading? We even do mathematics in tag.
Okay.
So as children are getting biased to go to school to learn mathematics on the blackboard, for us we are doing it in tag rugby.
Okay.
And we are doing reading. Children don't want to go to libraries. They're like, what am I going to read there? Probably they even don't know what they're going to read. But we have become a booster. It's like giving you a booster, an energy booster.
Okay.
Get the ball, say your name, speak a word that begins with the letter A. After the word, send the ball to Regina. Regina also needs to speak a word that begins with A.
Yes.
Then she would speak her name first, because remember, we are building the confidence. How can I speak my name in public? How can I address people?
Public speaking.
How can I even go and ask for a job? Now I have the skill in tag rugby, but how am I going to look for sponsorship? I need to present myself there. How? We've done it.
We're doing it.
We are doing it now in tag rugby, so that we can see where can we reach, where can our future be, how can we develop our country, how can we develop even worldwide. So we are doing tag rugby.
Tag rugby reading.
Tag rugby reading to boost our, to see how we can develop.
Okay.
Then coaching is also another form of how we are developing our women and girls and men. There's coaching. We are doing clinics, and those clinics welcome everyone, involving everyone in the community, parents, children, companies, churches, schools, everyone around. The communities are being open to everybody, because we are believing these communities are leading us to a sports industry where everyone will be involved, because sports industry is looking at only men, and we are coming out, we are saying no. Sports industries are for all of us. All,
both boys, girls, women, men.
Tag Rugby has a solution for that. Just join it. It is discriminative. Like it is non-discriminative. Sorry. Non-discriminative.
Yes.
It is inclusive. The blind, the deaf, the wheelchair people, those who move on wheelchair, they are not, they don't belong to those wheelchairs, but they use wheelchairs for a reason. They also play tag rugby.
Yes.
The blind play tag rugby. If you want to prove, please look for tag rugby community clubs in Uganda. We are doing blind tag rugby because we are involving everyone. Someone is blind, but the brain is super. He cannot see, but the heart is directing.
It knows where, what is happening.
You can try it in your home. Close your eyes, tie there, move around and trace your clothes. Do it 2 times. You will do it without even seeing the next day. It's very possible. So all that is tag rugby.
Fortunate,
yes.
What factors do you think are responsible for the low numbers of female rugby coaches in Uganda?
Female rugby coaches, low self-esteem, should be first priority. However much we are developing, let me say, I've done it. If I had not opened it for my child, probably she would still say, that's for mommy. Low self-esteem, stand out there and say, I can do it. So low self-esteem is
believe in yourself.
Yes, believing in ourselves. If I wasn't believing in myself, I wouldn't be here. I've told you where I have come from. So if I was not saying, yes, I can do it, I wouldn't have done it.
Yes.
And I still want to do it more. Then there's also motivation. Motivation is not there. What should motivate us is what we should be looking at. But major, if you have self-esteem, motivation
comes. Somehow it's internal.
Yeah, exactly. Because how do I bring it that way is when I'm confident that I can coach, and then I go and really coach what I feel I have. Then
the skill that I have,
the skills motivate me automatically. Then what is also preventing us? Sponsorship. We really need sponsorship. Look at all the community clubs we have in Uganda now, as I'm speaking. Within 1 year, we've developed 12 community clubs. So these community clubs, for sure, they need sponsorship to run games, to run those skills I'm talking about.
And also volunteers to help with
we
the coaching.
need volunteers in this country, in the world. Tag Rugby is calling for volunteers everywhere you are.
In the community.
Everything you have is important to us. You may sit there when you're a tailor.
And And you can actually
Yes.
tailor some tags.
You may not come to do the tailoring part of it, maybe like start sewing for us clothes, but the skill that you have can be shared.
Impart,
exactly.
You can impart that
because
skill.
these community clubs need that. They do not need like money as priority, but they need the skill as priority, because once you have the skills, you are ready to do anything.
Okay.
Volunteers, please come to Tag Rugby Trust. Look at those community clubs. Find people playing. Join them. Ask them, when do they train? What time? What are the benefits? Think where you fit, because everything you have can fit everywhere you are.
As a coach, as an official,
Exactly.
as a player,
as a caterer,
as
a farmer, farming.
Yeah.
We need to know how are we going to grow our vegetables. You are seated there, you have the skill.
Come and teach.
Come and
the
teach
young
us.
boys and girls.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Tag Rugby is moving on so beautifully. I'm proud to be a Tag Rugby coach. I don't only do coaching, I'm an educator, Tag Rugby Trust Uganda educator. I look at all coaches around the world, I assess them, I give them the guidelines of how they can do it. I actually manage office also, and Tag Rugby has actually got a system.
Okay.
That is what is our current movement. To manage everything, we have to have where we are controlling it from.
Of course, of course.
And the Tag Rugby system, actually it makes us be the only organization that has got a network that is outstanding.
Okay.
So our system operates, tracks finances, tracks the coaches, the players, everything that is happening in our community clubs is actually captured.
Tracked, yeah.
Yes, it's captured in our system. And we are calling everyone out there, come and learn the Tag Rugby system, learn how it is done, and you see whether it can be of your
helpful to your organization.
To your organizations.
Okay.
Yes.
You've said very, very insightful things about Tag Rugby. And Fortunate, what advice would you have for girls who want to join rugby coaching?
What advice should I give to the girls?
Especially grassroots rugby development.
Grassroots, as I told you, everyone who is listening to me, you're a girl, you're a woman, you're a man. Remember, Tag Rugby is for both. Tag Rugby is a free university. A free university. If you need to learn how they coach Tag Rugby, you don't need to register and pay.
No.
You only need to bring yourself.
Okay.
Wherever you see Tag Rugby,
just go there.
Just go there.
Okay.
Those community clubs you're seeing are very well equipped. They have educators, they have coaches, they have referees, they have young leaders.
Okay.
So anytime you're ready, you need to squeeze some time. Officers, in your offices, you sit for long hours. You're waiting to go and do some aerobic somewhere. Tag Rugby can also be your aerobic because you don't pay. At the end of the day, you really need Tag Rugby. Yeah.
Okay. So everybody should join. You're saying
everybody should join.
Okay.
Our oldest player in Uganda is 102. So how old are you guys out there? She's a lady. You can imagine.
102.
102 years.
I pray to God to give me the grace to live to 102.
I'm telling you, everyone is looking forward to that.
And if you had one wish, just one wish for women in sport, what would it be?
Sports.
One wish for sports.
One wish for sports. Gender equality in the whole world.
Gender equality
would be my wish.
That there's gender equality for both boys and girls.
Both boys
and there's a level playing
girls.
field for everyone.
And there's a level. I would wish to have everyone involved in the sports world.
Oh wow!
Everyone involved. We do not want to have this separate thing of girls cannot play and societies are so rooted that the girls cannot actually play like boys. We do not have this feeling that us women, we have less job security. The opportunities of retirement package are not there for us women. We do not want to say our companies are only looking at boys because boys are talented. Who told you only boys are talented? We are all talented.
We're all talented.
Yeah, wow. What they can do, I can do.
Yes.
Take me to the field and you see. Very possible.
Tackle.
Yes.
Tackle.
I actually also sidestep. Why not?
Nice.
I hand off. I
good to
score
know.
because, and after scoring, I smile.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Fortunate, for your time.
You're welcome.
And as we come to the end of the show, it's important to know that rugby is valued as a sport for men and women, boys and girls. It builds teamwork, understanding, cooperation, and respect for fellow participants. We can only grow the game of rugby locally or globally by involving our communities in all initiatives as shared by Fortunate.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time, goodbye.